White House, Tennessee, the site of the 11th MTAC Football Championship. The Kingdom.com kickoff show begins now. Hey folks, welcome to May Flanders Field in lovely White House, Tennessee. The Webb School taking on Christian Community School as we get set for the 11th MTAC Football Championship. A look at the Webb School Feet, champions of the South. An 7-0 record on the regular season, playoff win over the Tennessee Heat to get here. Meanwhile, the Christian Community Colts, champions of the North, 9-0 on the regular season, playoff win over Lancaster Christian Academy to punch their ticket to White House, Tennessee. Welcome to the Kingdom.com kickoff show. I'm Spencer Thompson along with Isaiah Austin, ready to call the championship of a lifetime. There is no doubt that the Colts have redefined the definition of a high school dynasty. Remember, high school football in its nature is supposed to be paritable. Teams are supposed to be evened out as their seniors graduate. But here are the Colts right now on the cusp of winning a third title in 6 championship appearances in 11 seasons, which is by far at the high school level unprecedented. Now, the Webb School has had a good amount of success since they've joined the Middle Tennessee Athletic Conference, but what's eluded them since 2013 is their own piece of hardware, an unshared MTAC championship trophy. That's the one thing that's missing. Is that drought set to end here tonight in White House? We'll know in about 2.5 hours. Isaiah, so many good stories, so many good storylines. What's up from them in your mind right now?
Well, I think this is one of the most anticipated championship games we've ever seen in the MTAC championship, Spencer. These two teams, it's hard to grade on how they're going to perform tonight against each other. These two teams have not seen each other, period, in 4 years. This is a very highly anticipated game. Both teams coming into it undefeated, and a lot's on the line for both teams tonight.
Again, so many good stories, so many good storylines. We'll get to all of them after the kickoff show resumes following this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 11th edition of the Middle Tennessee Athletic Conference Varsity Football Championship. On behalf of the Middle Tennessee Athletic Conference and 8-Man Extreme, we thank you for attending at May Flanders Field at Christian Community School in White House, Tennessee, and tuning in on YouTube to join us in celebrating 10 years of athletic excellence. Let's meet the two teams participating in tonight's final contest of 2018. They finished the regular season as the #1 seed in the South with a 7-0 record and won in the MTAC semifinal 40-0 against the Tennessee Heat. Give it up for tonight's away team, the Webb School Feet. The regular season as the #1 seed in the North with a 9-0 record and won in the MTAC semifinal 50-26 against Lancaster Christian Academy. Give it up for tonight's home team, the Christian Community School Colts. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps for a word of prayer from PA announcer Jimbo Savely.
Please join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful evening that you've given us to play the great game of football. We thank you that you've allowed us to come together as brothers and sisters in Christ, to fellowship with one another, to cheer on our children, to cheer on these boys out here, for our cheerleaders, for these officials, for our coaches. I pray, God, that you will build a hedge of protection around each and every one of them, that there will be no injuries on this field tonight, that we'll have good gameplay, we'll have fun with one another playing this great game. God, we thank you so much for all of the freedoms that you give us here, for all the different things that you allow us to participate in that the rest of this world doesn't have the ability to do. We thank you for that, God. We pray that you bless our evening. It's in the name of Jesus Christ that I pray, and only his name. Amen.
Please remain standing to honor the United States of America with our national anthem. Heading to the center of the field now are the captains for tonight's match. Representing the Feet, seniors Emmanuel Anande and Frank Lee, junior Shamar Frey, and freshman Avante Harris. Representing the Colts, seniors Nathaniel Rowley, David West, Zach Rogers, Jackson Dotterer, and Chandler Adams. And now, tonight's referee, Carson Dozier.
Hello, fellas. Congratulations for making it to the MTAC championship game. You've both had very good seasons. What I expect from you guys is sportsmanship. White's going to talk to white and white only. Blue's going to talk to blue and blue only, okay? Webb is the visiting team. I have here a zebra coin. That's heads. That's tails. What is your call? What did it say? If I drop it, we'll do it again. It is heads. Webb, you have won. Your coach has elected for you to receive. Which end would you like to defend, coach? Step over for me, please. Webb on this line over here. Webb has won the toss. They elect to receive. Shake hands, guys.
And as you heard in stadium, the Colts.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Middle Tennessee Athletic Conference Championship Game 2018.
As you heard, the Webb School Feet won the toss and have elected to receive for the first half.
And has elected to receive opening the game.
Again, Spencer Thompson and Isaiah Austin on call, ready for the championship of a lifetime for sure. And now, of course, we have a very special guest on the broadcast tonight. He's the officiating coordinator for the MTAC for 8-man football, Mr. Ronnie Perkins. Ronnie, we can't thank you enough for joining us here tonight. Give us a little bit of a rundown. For those who don't know, what is the grading selection? How do you select the officials to make it here to the MTAC championship?
We select, and once again, thank you for having us. We select 4 games each year for each official, and it's on a grading system of points 1 through 5 for the various categories, and you simply have 4 opportunities to maximize your ability. We encourage them to work a championship game every day, and if you do that, then eventually it will manifest itself into tonight.
Appreciate it, Ronnie, and we'll be looking forward to getting your rules analysis going forward through the MTAC championship. And Isaiah, it's your first time being in the booth for the championship. Glad to have you here.
Couldn't have picked a better championship game.
Could not, for sure. And time called on the field. Officials timeout to get a right setting here. And set to kick for Christian Community. Set to kick for Christian Community, number 24, Danny Adams. And away we go in the 2018 MTAC Football Championship. We will have a return by Shamar Frey. He's going to take it to the right side, down to the 25-yard line, out of bounds. And we will see Avante Harris, the freshman quarterback who has made a name for himself. 39 for 79 on the season in passes. 889 passing yards all through the playoffs. 3 interceptions on the season with 17 touchdowns.
Yeah, the majority of Avante Harris's passes going to Frey and Jenkins. He's got 2 guys that are major threats in the passing game. He's played like a veteran all year. Let's see what he's got against the best of the best.
We'll see what he's got indeed. Here's Avante Harris with a man to his right. Harris pitches it out. It's a reversal. Another reversal. Avante Harris up the middle. Toss intended. It is caught. Big reception for the Webb School. Dives to the end zone. Just short of the goal line.
The pass is complete.
Spencer, that was probably one of the most complex reversal plays I've ever seen. And to pull it off in a championship on the first play of the game is miraculous. They want to score quick. They're running a hurry up, Spencer. Not going in the huddle. They're trying to score real quick.
Webb not messing around, just wanting to have it go on fast here. They're down for 1st and goal. Webb trying to push it through, stuffed short.
Can we get another replay of that reversal
Look
play?
at that first reversal.
Chandler Adams.
Unbelievable.
Hand off to Webb. Number 2.
And as a defender, you're not taught to defend against that kind of that's just almost impossible to execute something to that level. There were about, I believe there was 3 pitches in there and another pass at the end. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable play. Second down and goal already for the Webb School. Harris looking for somebody to pass to, scrambles. He's going to be brought down way far back, tossed across the middle to Shamar Frey. Intercepted! Intercepted by Brooks Pugh in the end zone.
He should have taken the sack there, but Brooks Pugh coming up big. He's been big for them all year. We see Avante, that defensive line, getting penetration on him. He just has to throw it away, but throwing it away into coverage leads to an interception by Brooks Pugh. And it'll be a first down for CCS at the 15-yard line.
Brooks Pugh on the big interception as Webb got that fiery offensive start, and we'll see Nathaniel Tiny Rowley for the first time tonight. 84 for 130 on the season, 1,415 passing yards on the season, and motion on the play as CCS on their first offensive drive.
Looks like they're going a little bit of exotic offense as well.
And here's a handoff up the middle. That's Jefferson trying to get it up the middle. Could not get it through. Excuse me, Dotterer trying to get it up the middle. Second down and 10.
Yeah, and an issue that this offense is going to face is this treacherous defensive line for the Webb School. You know, if especially a guy that we look at here is Brandon Azar. Brandon Azar has been big for them for years, but this year coming up as undoubtedly one of the strongest linemen in the league, and he's a tough man to stop.
Rowley again in the backfield. He's got Dotterer behind him. Hands it off. Dotterer up the middle to the 20-yard line, second down and 5.
Yeah, and this defense is playing them really strong. Once again, this defensive line imposing their will on this offensive line and controlling the line of scrimmage.
That'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Colts as the ball is
And both teams just completely in sync. A lot of huddling up, and you know, everything seems to be in sync for both of these teams. It's really interesting to watch because you don't see that a lot from the high school level.
No, you don't see it hardly, especially for Christian Community with the way they've been playing all season. On 3rd down and 5 on the 20-yard line. Rowley is going to try for the pass. Left side, complete to Jefferson. Jefferson, right side, pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
Colt number 32, Jefferson, run out of bounds by number 6, Shamar Frey.
See a simple pass. Jefferson slips the screen. He's wide open in the flats, and nobody's there to guard him. You know, sometimes those backs can get lost behind that offensive line, and he just came free and was wide open in the flats.
Rowley again hands it off to Jefferson up the middle. Derek Jefferson, Shamar Frey doesn't wrap up and tackle. Derek Jefferson to the outside, touchdown, Webb. Touchdown for Christian Community.
Jefferson for a Colts touchdown.
Getting Jefferson more touches in this one was the key to this game, Spencer. 16.5 yards per carry on the season, just completely dominant. And as dominant as Shamar Frey has been this season, an issue that he's had is wrapping up. Yeah, we saw that in the game that we were able to call against FCA, giving up extra yardage because he was not making initial impact when he should have. Another opportunity of that for a stop there, but not wrapping up and not pushing in for the tackle, leads to 6.
2-point conversion attempt here. Jefferson on the touchdown run. Colts do not have it, and they do have somebody that they would want to go for extra points, but they're going for the 2. Easy catch, flag thrown in the backfield. 2-point conversion is good for now. We'll get the first call tonight from Carson Dozier. Get the first call from him in just a moment.
Dozier trying to sort it out and get the call. So roughing the passer on the defense. I believe they're going to enforce it on the kickoff.
Roughing the passer on Webb. 2-point conversion
6-0, the Colts strike first blood in the 2018 MTAC championship game presented by Kingdom.com. Kickoff here for Christian Community.
Penalty on the 2-point conversion is being assessed on the kickoff.
8-0 already. And, you know, the Colts, that's just what they've been able to do all season. They like to score quick, try to control the tempo of the game to get up early and try to get the mercy rule running, but neither of these teams. Onside kick attempt goes down and Webb falls on it.
Oh, that's one of the oldest tricks in the book for 8-man, but seems to work quite a bit. A lot of people don't catch on to that, but good job for the Webb School to get on that, and they'll be able to start fresh and try to get a drive going just like last drive. Unfortunate, the interception in the end zone by Brooks Pugh and marching down the field for CCS. It was a 65-yard drive in just a couple minutes. They're going to need to bounce back because CCS, when they get momentum, it's over.
Harris in the backfield, their second offensive drive. Hands it off. Shamar, that's Emmanuel Anade up the middle. Stuffed by the CCS defense. Again, that's Tommy Thornton leading the CCS defense, who's been one of the more tenured coaches in MTAC. Has been around the 8-man scene a long time with several national championships. A total that for Mr. Thornton, his 4th championship appearance. He is currently 2-1 with Christian Community as the defensive coordinator. Of course, last year's loss only coming in the MTAC championship last year. Here's motion by Shamar Frey. Bobbles the ball and keeps control of it. Brought down.
Oh, that was a vicious face mask.
That's a big face mask. Looks like Chandler Adams got the tackle on that one. There are flags. We'll see if we can get a call from Carson.
And that's a shame that they're going to go down with that
Personal
because their defense
foul.
was making great stops.
Face mask. 15-yard penalty.
Like he's a Pelmite guy. They're not close enough to his mouth.
Other way, Fred. Other way, Fred.
Clock at 7:49 right now, and they move it up for the.
Hey, he meant to grab that face.
And for the first time this season, I can say, and although it's
95.
very brief, this Webb offensive line having their fair share of troubles getting used to this CCS defensive line. And it's going to be interesting to see how they adjust moving forward, what changes they make to keep the dominance they've had all season. This is the first adversity that they faced all season.
1st and 10 on the 35. Webb almost across midfield. Harris alone tosses it to Moore. Henry Moore to the right side. Spotted at the 36-yard line across midfield. 2nd down and 1.
And short spurts are what's going to get the Webb School moving down the field. You're not going to be able to get a lot of big plays against the CCS Colts team. I know they did in the first possession, but it's not going to be every day you're going to see that quadruple option work. So they're going to need to stick strong to what they've been doing all season and march down the field.
2nd down and 1. Harris again, 3 men to the left, 1 to the right. Harris is going to take the sneak. 1st down and more.
No face mask.
Gets stopped by the
I can't see it from behind you.
Colts, Avery Harper, but not enough to prevent the
First down.
First down.
Yeah, I like that little sneak play. And, you know, we were just watching the consolation game, and Deuce Bragg, an 8th grader, just a year younger than Avante. When he runs, it's a little bit frightening because of his build. But Avante, I mean, that's a big guy out there. He can take those hits. He can be physical. He's really way ahead of his age, both mentally and physically. Him being only a freshman, also.
Especially freshman, to make his numbers that he's been able to do this season has been incredible to watch. Harris does it again, left side toss to Archer. Niall Archer has been blocking. A gain of about 6. 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, slowly moving down the field. The clock is your friend in these situations, especially against CCS, and they know that. I think that a game that they probably looked at the most this year on CCS is probably that Webb game. The only game where a team has been able to silence, for lack of a better word, CCS 20-19 in the 3rd quarter in favor of the Heat. When they lost control is when they lost momentum and tempo of the offense. So they're going to be looking to keep the tempo in their hands instead of CCS's fast-paced offense.
Harris, quick pass. Shamar Frey bobbles it. Can't keep possession in. Shamar Frey could have had that one incomplete. 3rd down and 6.
And that's something we're not used to seeing, a bobble from Shamar Frey. But this Colts defense just imposing their will early.
Shamar Frey, 19 receptions on the season for a total of 427 receiving yards. Any time he catches it, an average, he's getting 2 first downs, 22.5 yards.
It's unbelievable. And for him and Jenkins, Avante has just been able to look left or right and see a man that will catch a ball.
Motion. Harris looking for the pass, right
Balls
side.
away.
Shamar Frey trying to catch it. Intercepted. Micah Jones with the interception. The Colts turn it over.
2 early interceptions, Brooke Pugh, and now next year's quarterback, Micah Jones. Micah Jones is an athlete. It's going to be awesome to see him next year playing both sides of the ball. But just look at this athleticism, going up over one of the best receivers, picking that off. 2nd pick of the night for the Colts. Once again, getting it at the 15-yard line for a 1st down.
Turnover on downs. Colts take it over, and their offense completely star-studded this season, especially under the combo in the backfield, Jefferson and Dotterer. As Rowley hands it off. That's Jefferson. Derek Jefferson slips. The turf monster got to him, as our broadcast partner James has always said. But of course, when it doesn't get to Dotterer, he's 69 carries for 454 yards. He's getting about 6.5 yards anytime he carries the ball. Total of 8 touchdowns on the year.
Yeah, and I voiced my opinion earlier in on the show on Sunday, and I was talking about, of course, we know what we're going to see from Dotterer. But when it comes to Derek Jefferson, he's going to be the X factor. Guy who rushes for 17 yards per carry.
Passes
How
away.
can we get him involved?
There's a big catch on the right side. That's to
Micah Jones again.
Micah Jones again. Another catch.
Oh, there's a flag.
But there is a flag. We'll see if we get a call from Carson here. I think they may bring it back. See if we can get the call.
Personal foul. Face mask on the offense. That'll be a 15-yard penalty. Repeat. 2nd down.
Personal foul, face mask, 2nd down. Not able to. There, we've got his mic now. Sweet. We can hear it pretty clearly. Just wasn't on our mixer. We got the calls now. And run up the middle. There's Jefferson again. Derek Jefferson.
Oh, that ball is loose.
Webb gets to it.
Is that Jordan Jenkins with it? It is. Jordan Jenkins gets the ball. He has been their guy for forcing turnovers on defense. 3 picks on the season and now a fumble recovery. Just strips that ball right out of his hands. Shamar Frey with the strip and Jordan Jenkins with the recovery. 1st down, Webb.
crazy turn of events already. Webb has the ball back, a turnover for both sides of the ball thus far. It's first down and 10. Harris, quick toss intended, fakes it. Even faked us out here in the booth. Flag thrown. Harris has got the first down and goal. Will get the call.
And on these quarterback scramble plays, when there's a flag thrown in that vicinity, you expect a hold. So let's see what they're going to do.
See what the penalty call is from Carson.
Holding on the offense. That'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
So first down after the penalty.
And we couldn't really tell from the booth who the culprit was, but it looked like a couple of receivers on the left side standing around acting like there wasn't blood on their hands.
So still first down and 11. Colts 19. Harris again in the backfield. Ball handed off. Rush left side. Another flag going down is a big run on the left side from Elijah Fouch. We got another word from Carson Dozier.
Might be another hold.
Holding on the offense. That'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, first down.
So another holding, and already seen these amount of penalties. It's still first down back from the 27. Penalties killing these guys already.
Well, that's the one major flaw of this Webb School team. Strong line, strong passing game, strong running game, strong defense. Their problems this year have come from these penalties. This offensive line cannot stay out of penalty trouble, and they're finally seeing it at the brightest stage.
First down and 20. Pass right side, Shamar Frey incomplete.
And that's not typical.
Yeah, as we said earlier, that's the second time he's dropped it tonight.
I just think the pass was too low, but again, that's not typical for Kai Harris either. I mean, those guys have a special connection, so it is a different stage than what I'm sure those guys have been used to. This is their first championship appearance in a while. The last one.
2013.
They didn't win it on site, so it's been.
So 2013 when they won it on site, but they were on site for 2016 with everything that went down with Sacred Heart as pitch, shovel pass. Elijah Fouch pushing through, gets back to the original first down marker, just a yard over, third down and 9.
Yeah, Elijah Fouch has been fun to watch. He's a small guy, but he's quick and speedy and can get through those holes with ease.
Clock continuing to run third down and 9. We'll see what Webb is able to do on here, especially under their offensive coordinator, Jeff Murphy. And again, Jeff Murphy, he is 0-1 in MTAC championships. Obviously, he was an assistant coach in 2016. So he has not officially won an MTAC championship on site, but has managed to lead this team to undefeated. Ball's loose and the Colts recover it.
Can we get a replay on that? Is that the third turnover on the night for Harris?
Third turnover on the night total. I think that's 2 on
two interceptions and a fumble.
There's just popped out.
Yep, that's his third turnover.
So Ronte Harris is his third turnover.
2 picks and a fumble.
Crazy on this.
And again, it's interesting because his touchdown to interception ratio this season has been 17 to only 3 interceptions. 2 tonight, about to reach his season high.
Here's the Colts back on offense. Dotterer gets it up the middle. Loss of about 2 yards on the play. Dotterer, 69 carries mentioned. He's had 8 touchdowns on the year. Although he is a senior at this point, him and Derek Jefferson have both been very good stars in the backside for Christian Community.
Absolutely, and they're pretty interchangeable. You can put both guys in and get production. I think they're going to realize pretty quickly that they are not going to be able to run up the middle and maybe try to go to the outside as they do here. Let's see if they can get some more production.
Yep, there's Derek Jefferson right side. It looks like Dotterer. He had a 32 and 33, hard to see in motion. So that's 33 Jackson Dotterer on the rush.
Spencer, do we need to check your prescription?
Probably. I mean, I got 20. Hey, my optometrist told me back in January I was perfect. So told me that back in January, but it's been a while. It's been a minute. 3rd down and 4. So Dotterer on the rush. Derek Jefferson, actually the junior, who's going to be the star for Christian Community next year.
Absolutely.
Jefferson, a senior. Fake handoff. Rowley takes it up the middle. Gets to about the 26-yard line, 4th down.
Looks like they're going to be about a couple feet short, as you said. Let's see if they punt in this situation. I think they'll go for it.
Knowing Christian Community, they could try a sneak play on here. We've seen that kind of thing before from Coach Jordan Flanders.
Oh, Spencer, I don't think this is going to be a sneak play. Do you see who's up front?
You got a valid point on that. And, of course, Jordan Flanders, 36-9, the best record in 8-man football in Tennessee out of at least a bunch of coaches in a while. 36-9, and, of course, undefeated this season. But the one thing that has not come to Flanders yet is an MTAC trophy as a coach. As 4th down, Jefferson, he will get to the line
he will be well past.
Gets to the 30-yard line for a 1st down.
And as so much has changed in the CCS coaching staff throughout the years, one thing has remained the same. They're going to run that double and triple option until you can't take it anymore. I mean, I remember 4 years ago watching them run that option, and it was a frightening thing to watch. And they still run it, not as much, but it's still a part of their offense.
About 30 seconds left until the end of the 1st quarter. Here's motion on the play. Rowley is looking for the pass. Run pass option, right side, incomplete. Pass is incomplete, intended for Micah Jones. So incomplete, and a lot of the fans protesting a little bit, thinking that it could have been pass interference on that one. But we might as well bring in our rules expert there, Ronnie Perkins. A lot of fans protested on that one. Why is it that play was not pass interference?
That doesn't add up to one of the 6 elements of defensive pass interference. They're both playing the ball. Their feet got tangled up. Incidental contact. We play on.
All right, thank you, Ronnie. Appreciate it on that one. 22 seconds left as the clock stops on 2nd down and 10. Here's Rowley. He's calling an audible. Rowley hands it off. There's Dotterer. Dotterer up the middle. Gets to about the 39, maybe just short of the 1st down marker.
I think he may have gotten past.
And they stop the clock. They may take a measurement on this one.
Looks like they're going to move it on. They're moving the chains.
They're going to move the chains and stop it at 5 seconds. Enough time for Christian Community to get one play out here.
1st down for the Colts.
I think they'll run it right when it's set.
And they're going to let it run down. That is the end of the 1st quarter.
End of the 1st quarter.
End of the 1st quarter. 8-0, a close game here in White House, Tennessee. The 2018 Middle Tennessee Athletic Conference Championship, presented by Kingdom.com, is sponsored by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider. Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way. TennesseeHighSchoolFootball.com, Estate and Financial Strategies Incorporated, and Ward Marketing and Advertising. Start of the 2nd quarter for the MTAC Championship. Spencer Thompson, Isaiah Austin, Ronnie Perkins on call here from May Flanders Field. 1st down and 10 as the sides of the field are switched for Christian Community. Rowley tries to get an audible called here. And ball snapped, handed off. There's a big stuff in the backfield. No chance for Dotterer.
By number 50, Azar.
Loss of 3.
Brandon Azar. He doesn't do it every play because, I mean, nobody of that size could do that every play. But, I mean, when he's determined to get through that line, he is unstoppable. A zip through that line. He is one of the most valuable players you can have on any defensive line. And I've played against him. I can tell firsthand he is a nightmare. He is so hard not to hold. You almost have to hold him to contain him. So a good stop on the play. But CCS still rolling.
Motion for Jefferson. Rowley, 2nd down. Fakes the handoff, looking for someone to pass to. Scrambles, Rowley almost sacked. Brought down by the Webb defense. Flags thrown.
Number 2, Rowley.
Ronnie already reaching for the headset on that one. We'll get the penalty call, and then we'll get Ronnie's word on it.
Personal foul, illegal helmet contact on White. That'll be a 15-yard penalty.
So illegal helmet contact. What are they? Obviously, a lot of emphasis on getting rid of concussions and getting rid of helmet contact in the game, Ronnie. On that one, is it just any contact, whether incidental or not?
Well, no, in that particular case, the quarterback was really starting to go down. So he was afforded protection because he's a defensive player. So leading with the helmet on that, with an inability to tackle, is what created the foul.
Thank you on that one, on Ronnie. Of course, we always want to, at any level, we want to make sure that there's no helmet contact or any sort of concussions.
Yeah, there's a difference between a leg injury and a head injury, and head injuries today are very, very common, so the most important thing for coaches to look out for.
Moves forward, 2nd down and 5 for Christian Community. Shovel pass to Dotterer. Dotterer trying to push through. He's just a little bit farther of the 1st down. Ball on the 29-yard line. Christian Community on the move.
Man, Dotterer is playing so hard. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets between 20 and 25 touches tonight. You know, he's already touched the ball more than we've already seen him, but I mean, he is the senior leader that they can rely on in this kind of situation.
And, of course, we interviewed Dotterer on Sunday, and just the composure that he's had. He was never really boastful of himself, thankful to his teammates 100%.
One of the most humble guys anybody could meet.
Rowley. Rowley. What was that?
He wants the ball.
Of course. Here's Dotterer right side. Goes to the 26-yard line.
And it seems like Azar or Frey in on every single tackle this game so far. They're imposing their will, but Dotterer is just so determined. They know they're not going to run for 200 yards in this game. They know they're not going to break free for touchdowns against his Webb defense, but giving it to Dotterer, you know he's going to get you 3 yards every play. What more do you need in a 4-down game?
Maybe need another score, as they've only gotten 1 touchdown on the game, and that's in part to this Webb defense, who's managed to put up a good amount of stats on.
Looks like they got a new back.
And here's a rush up the middle. That's Adams, Chandler Adams up the middle for a big gain. That's instead of a 3rd down, it's 1st down inside the red zone.
Haven't gotten an opportunity to see much of Chandler.
Quick feed.
As James calls him the closer.
Calls him the closer.
But he's starting out the game for him. With a heck of a run.
1st down and 10 on the 14-yard line. Ball handed off. Again, Adams again, right side. Adams forced out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Didn't get the, something going on with the camera, didn't get the zoom on that one.
It got the side of the.
Let's see what we got on this one.
He got the corner and readjusted, but here, how are they going to stop him? That's interesting. We came into this game thinking it was going to be Dotterer and Jefferson, but Adams might pose a threat for them as well.
Here's a brought down in the backfield, a sack on
and we got
Rowley.
A flag in the backfield yet again.
There's another flag. Just waiting on the call here. Carson Dozier, again, our referee for tonight.
Illegal substitution on White, half the distance. There'll also be a 1st down.
So illegal substitution, and that's an automatic 1st down on the 4-yard line. So an illegal substitution there.
At the 3.5-yard line, it'll be 1st and goal
Christian Community on 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Of course, a big target for Raleigh has been Brooks Pugh, 32 receptions for almost 600 yards on the season. Averages any catch he gets about 18 yards, but Raleigh will take it up the middle this time. Gain of 2 yards on the play, 2nd and goal.
Yeah, and it looks like another back, which is Zach Head, who's been a really, really strong defender for them. Haven't seen him much on the offensive end. Goes in at running back. I said, uh-oh. If they give it to him, this is over. No, all jokes aside, they put him in so that Raleigh could run that sneak, and against this defense, you're going to have to match up big with big. So Head able to get in and get that block, but it's short of the goal line for CCS.
So 2nd down and goal. Push through the middle. Touchdown, Christian Community.
Zach Head just barreling into the end zone. This is an unorthodox offense that we haven't seen out of CCS this season. Maybe they've been hiding some of their tricks. You see Nathaniel Raleigh just hands it, and Zach Head takes 3 steps, and he's barreling into the end zone. He ran over Brandon Nazar. But again, just different offensive schemes that we haven't seen from this CCS team so far this season. And I'd say, Spencer, I would assume that they were probably hiding this or saving this for a special moment like this.
Maybe it's like, in the Waterboy where there's the secret playbook by the coach. Maybe Flanders has a secret playbook hidden somewhere. It's worked so far as it's 14-0 and push through.
Oh,
16-0.
That was elusive. How did he get through there?
That was crazy how he got through that one. 16-0, Christian Community leads over the Webb School with 7:45 left to go in the 2nd quarter. Christian Community kicking off again. Danny Adams has been one of the leaders on the team, at least leading in kickoffs, and he's had a little bit of field goal attempts on the season, point after. Not a huge amount. They like 2-point conversion. Shamar Frey picks it up in the end zone. It's a touchback. So the Colts will get.
You know, I sometimes wish in high school that you could take it out of the end zone, especially when you have guys like Frey, but.
Yeah, I know in the college and NFL level they do allow for returning, no matter if it gets in the end zone or not. At least at the high school right now. I mean, that was a cool thing I was talking about prior to this game, was that maybe at the high school level allow for a return on a 2-point conversion if you intercept it.
I don't know about that. I think there are too many mistakes made in high school, and it would change games drastically.
We'll see if anything changes drastically as Harris toss right side to Shamar Frey out of his reach.
Missed him by 1 yard. That could have been a big play, and knowing Shamar Frey, he might have caught that.
Got this one on replay at least. It will allow me to actually go to the replay scene. There we go.
Snaps the ball, looks left, looks right. Toss it up left, Shamar Frey, but misses him by by about a yard. Didn't have a defender in the vicinity. Found a little pocket in that defense. The safety was still coming over.
2nd and 10. Harris hands it off. Push up the middle. And Emmanuel Anade gets stopped for a gain of about 2 yards, 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, and they've done a very, very good job so far of stopping Emmanuel Anade. Very big back who we thought would match up really, really well against Jackson Dodderer, but so far Dodderer's had the upper hand. Still early, but CCS just dominating on all aspects.
Christian Community, again, you know, talking with the coaches pregame, their mindset, of course, they know what's haunted them from last year, and they have had a tough practice this whole week, trying to make sure that their guys are ready and not going to mess up anything. And
one guy just messed up some.
Flag on the field.
Talk about mess ups in high school.
Dead ball, false start on the offense, replay, third down.
So false start on Webb. That was on the left side there.
And Webb's going to need a big play, because if they punt, they're getting CCS once again in good territory. It's kind of weird running this Webb offense on a 40-by-80 field because they can't spread it like they like to.
Harris alone in the backfield looking for the pass. He's going to take it on the left side, misses a defender, tries to miss another one, brought down from behind. So to the 20-yard line, it's now 4th down and 5.
And it looks like this is an obvious punting situation, but Harris looks like he's marching back onto the field. And he's out.
Yep, they do. Yep,
putting up a little bit of a fight and an argument to the coach, saying that he'd like the offense to stay in, but just not the time and place for it to be doing any funny business right now.
Well, just over 6 minutes left to go in the first half. 16-0 lead for Christian Community.
And this has been a quick game so far, 34 minutes in and 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
So a big punt away. That's Henry Moore, the senior, with the punt. They're just going to let it go down to the 31.5-yard line.
And a good 30-yard punt. Backs them up into their own territory.
So we'll see another Colts offense.
And the Webb School really needs to get a stop here. And if you're CCS, you really want to get another score before halftime, because a 24-0 score could be very, very hard to come back from, especially from this offense.
The Webb defense has certainly forced a lot of fumbles on the season. Almost forced one there. A good push through by Dotterer, going up the middle for a gain of 6 yards in the play.
And Dotterer, that's just a simple run, and there's not any better or any worse that could be perfected. That is just pure strength from Dotterer. Hard to stop.
Rowley is going to call an audible here. And again, Emmanuel Anade has had 4 sacks on the season thus far. He's been stopped tonight, certainly, as another rush up the middle. Dotterer stuck for a gain of about a yard on the play. 3rd down and 3.
And an important stop here for Webb. They can get a stop. They can get the ball back in March. But a touchdown here for CCS could really, really, really create a big swing going into halftime.
3rd down and 3.
Looks like heads back in. I think they're most successful with this set, with Jefferson and Dotterer both on offsets.
Rowley, motion, gets it to Dotterer. Outside, stays on his feet, forced out of bounds. 1st down and 10.
And both teams playing so hard, but CCS just showing the talent early.
It'll be 1st and 10 Colts from the Feet 34-yard line.
And look at this hit. Jenkins coming in and hitting him, but not short of the 1st down. Dotterer's had a big game. And, you know, Dotterer, this is his last game. He's going to be beaten up and tired tomorrow, but in his sake, if they win it, it'll be worth it.
There's another rush. Jefferson, Derek Jefferson to the outside, to the 15-yard line.
And we see the Webb School started with the ball on the first drive, didn't capitalize, and now they're looking in the rear view at their momentum. Derek Jefferson with the 20-yard rush gets them into within the 15-yard line for a 1st down.
1st and 10 on the 15.
I mean, how do you stop this set?
Rowley fakes it. He's brought down for a sack.
I guess that's how.
Big play by Brandon Azar.
Brandon Azar, he's going to be an X factor on defense for the Webb School. If he can impose his will and stop this line, stop up the line of scrimmage, it's going to be tough for them to get yardage. But once again, that is such a tough set with Rowley at quarterback, Jefferson and Daughter at offset, and running that option. Whoever gets the ball, whoever rushes it is going to be dangerous.
2nd down and 15. Rush. Jefferson
it's Azar.
stopped.
That's Azar again.
Azar has unlocked.
And number 2, Onate.
Again, Brandon Azar, the senior in his last game of his high school career as well. Seniors on both sides of the ball have a lot to play for tonight.
17 for the Colts, with the ball spotted on the feet, 22-yard line.
Looks like Azar's out of the ball game.
Another big third
Azar
down.
just-
I expected they're going to throw it here. That's why he went out. He needed a breather.
Looks like they're going to pass it here on 3rd down and 17. Rowley is looking for the pass. Scrambles. He's got an opening. Left side. Out of bounds, overthrown.
Pass intended for number
That was a
30,
huge
Tyler,
stop.
incomplete.
Now what do they do here?
That'll bring up
I say you go for it, but
17 for the
if
Colts.
you can punt it and put them back in the 1 or 2 yard line, you do that. But how good is their punter? A lot of questions.
I mean, looking at this, it depends on, if you trust
I'd
your
say they
punter
go
to get
for
it
it.
inside.
I
but-
say they go for it.
Exactly. It's one of those situations that if you don't go for it, you're either the hero if you get the 1st down or you're shunned.
Yeah, you've been able to stop Webb all game. I think you trust your defense enough to stop them on a
Big 4th down,
58-yard
Colts are
drive.
going for it. Both
4th
teams
down. Christian Community
make a
going
little
for it.
advance.
Expect to
Rowley
see a little bit of
pitches it.
trickery.
Jefferson
It's
reversal.
the trickery. The same
Triple
play.
reverse, same play.
It's the
in
same
middle.
play.
Incomplete. Big stop
They
made by Webb.
Both teams, I have never seen that play run in my life. Both teams prepared with that play. The triple option pass. 1, 2, 3. Rowley sees his man, but it's too late. The defender's been all over it.
22-yard line, giving the feet
I cannot believe both teams prepared for that play. Unbelievable. These teams are so similar in so many ways.
Webb has it back and a chance to get some score on the board before the end of the half. They got 2:06, so plenty of time for Harris to make his magic work. Motion. Harris hands it off. Flags. There's a rush by Elijah Fouch.
but there are
And
flags
flag on the
field.
play. We'll get the call.
Holding. White, 10-yard penalty, replay, 1st down.
So a holding call on Webb, so they bring it back again. Penalties have been killing the Webb School thus far.
The whole season,
Yeah, the
for that
whole
matter.
season they've been killed by holding
The ball
penalties.
is spotted at their own 13-yard line.
Harris on 1st down. Takes the handoff, looking for the pass. Deep right side to Shamar Frey. He's going back, intercepted by Brooks Pugh.
Oh, that was not a good read at all. Nothing Shamar Frey can do there. Threw it into double coverage. Why would you do that in that situation? Now, 3 interceptions in the first half for Harris. 3 interceptions on the year besides this game. Just been clumsy. Double coverage. Brooks Pugh with his 2nd pick of the game.
Colts take over on the feet 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Colts.
And if the Colts score here, Webb School going into halftime completely
49 to go in the
demolished and emotionally feeling broken. But both teams, still a ball game here, and both teams can't get down or up. Just keep the same mentality.
Christian Community with another offensive chance here. Dotterer gets to the
Handoff to number
27-yard
33,
line.
Dotterer. Tackled by number 19,
2nd down and 6.
And they're going back to the same game.
Rocco.
At halftime, if I have enough time, I'm going to go through and see how many carries he has because I'm really interested. He's been touching the ball about 5 times a possession.
Bring up 2nd and 7 for the Colts.
Colts on 2nd and 7.
And that's 4 turnovers for Avante Harris, the quarterback of Webb. 3 on the season prior.
2nd and 6, Rowley hands it off. Right side, Jefferson takes Frey and Anade to bring him down.
Hand off to number 32.
Excuse me. Anade, and there is an injured Webb player on the field. And they stop the clock. Get the replay on that one.
And we saw a little bit of a dirty hit here.
We'll see if they get us anything on the edge there. Just a little bit of an edge. We'll get our officiating expert, Ronnie Perkins, on this one. So didn't get as good of a replay on this one, but there was an injury. But the shove down at the end, Ronnie, is it that the official was maybe not in the area to call it, or is that something you guys are looking for?
You have the option there to interpret it as whether it was intent toward that player or whether it was personal frustration. And in a championship game, you want to try to get the benefit of the doubt to the player.
Thank you, Ronnie. On that one, they give the benefit of the doubt as it's now first down and motion, false start.
And a rare mistake from Brooke Pugh.
Rare mistake on most of the Colts side.
Dead ball, false start on the offense, 5-yard penalty, replete, first down.
False start on the
Repeated the first down.
outside.
1st and 15 for the Colts as the ball is spotted at the 22-yard line.
35 seconds and running. Christian Community trying to get another score here before the end of the half.
31 seconds to go in the half.
Rowley hands it off. Here's Jefferson again. Met by Frey.
Hand off to Jefferson.
Stopped at the,
Taken out of bounds by
looks like the
number 6
16-yard line.
And
About 18 seconds
yeah,
left.
about 18 seconds. If they can get a stop, you go into halftime feeling pretty good about yourself.
Timeout, Colts, timeout.
Timeout called by Christian Community. 18 seconds left in the second quarter.
At the Colts Corral.
18 seconds left. Coming up on the Star Physical Therapy halftime report, we're going to recap what we've seen thus far with the potentially the 16-0 lead might be increased depending on how it goes throughout the rest of the game.
Also, for all those that are here, they have never been here before. Please.
We'd like to thank all of you who are watching tonight's MTAC championship game. Spencer Thompson, Isaiah Austin on call. Got our officiating expert Ronnie Perkins in the booth. Proud to bring you this championship game from May Flanders Field in White House, Tennessee. On call for my 4th championship in a row, and Mr. Isaiah Austin on his 2nd call in a row.
To be 2nd and 9 for the Colts with 18 seconds.
18 seconds, 2nd down and 9. Rowley fakes the handoff, looking for the option. Scrambles. Left side, he's going to run. He's got open field unless Shamar Frey can stop him. Goes out of bounds. Smart move there.
Smart. You don't want to get hit with that speed.
Especially in the MTAC championship.
Both guys super quick, and that kind of speed heading at each other is like 2 trains headed in opposite directions. But good scramble on the play. I really like the play call there. Gets him in the open field and gets him within the 10-yard line. It's going to be a very, very doable opportunity here with 8 seconds left.
8 seconds as he stops out of bounds. Make that 7 actually on the scoreboard. 7 seconds left.
And as important as this touchdown would be to the CCS Colts, it's as important as a stop for the Webb School to be able to get this stop and not be down by 3 touchdowns at the break. Especially if they get the two-point conversion, then they're really in a hole.
1st and goal on the 6-yard line. 7 seconds left. Rowley hands it off to Adams, up the middle. Adams, end zone touchdown.
95 Adams with the Colts. Touchdown.
He's not an orthodox back. He's not a back you see every day. Really, really big build. But again, once again, as James calls him, their closer. He can close games. He can close out opportunities. He can close out halves. And just once again, doesn't touch the ball the entire drive. But when he's on the 6-yard line, you know who the ball's going to. Adams, once again, pounding it into the end zone.
Touchdown for the Christian Community Colts at 6 more to the scoreboard.
And time has expired, so they're going to go to half after this.
So on the last bit of the second half, the last bit going into the second half and 2-point conversion. He's good.
So that's a 4-touchdown lead if 2-point conversions are factored out.
So 24-0 the score at halftime. 24-0 the Colts lead over the Webb School Feet. We'll be back in 30 seconds for the Star Physical Therapy halftime report. Coverage of the 2018 MTAC Middle Tennessee Athletic Conference Varsity Football Championship presented by Kingdom.com is sponsored by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider. Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way. TennesseeHighSchoolFootball.com. Estate and Financial Strategies Incorporated, and Ward Marketing and Advertising. Welcome into the Star Physical Therapy Halftime Report. I'm Spencer Thompson. That's Isaiah Austin. 24-0 at halftime here in the MTAC Championship. And this is a whole different ballgame than we expected. We thought it was going to be completely close. We thought it was going to be something 100% tight. But the Colts have taken the lead by 3 touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions. What's the goal for Webb going into the second half?
Well, the goal is to try to get momentum back on your side. This is a game with a lot of nerves. A lot of people are freaked out in this kind of light, and especially I'm making an assumption here, but Avante Harris seeing this action for the first time as a freshman. 4 turnovers, 3 being interceptions, on only 3 interceptions prior. So it's a different ball game out here. Whether or not they played on this field earlier, it would have been completely different. This is where the senior, junior leaders are going to have to step up and show their upperclassmen that they're upperclassmen and really take this game over for their respective teams. Webb is just going to need that leadership, especially from running back Avante Harris and Shamar Frey as a junior leader.
Now, for the Colts, they've done everything correct thus far. 3 touchdowns, 3 2-point conversions, and that's mostly a tribute to Rowley being able to scramble in the pocket and their triple options, almost quadruple options they've been doing throughout the game. What do the Colts have to do to finish this out and give Jordan Flanders his first MTAC coaching trophy?
Well, Rowley has been phenomenal, and I think we're seeing one of the best performances we're going to see out of Rowley throughout his career. I think that his scrambling has been on par with his passing, which is something, not much of a scrambler, but he's got speed and he's been able to break free against this strong defensive line. They're just going to have to keep up the same recipe. I like the triple option. I think that's something that they've been able to run effectively for years and people can't figure out. When you have Daughter, Jefferson, and Rowley in there on the triple option, anybody who touches that ball is going to be an unstoppable force. And it's a lose-lose-lose situation. So stick to the formula, stick to what you've been doing, and they're going to be able to come out of here with a W.
Halftime here, it's Philly cheesesteak time in
Yes.
White House, Tennessee. We'll be back in about 13 minutes for coverage of the second half in the MTAC 2018 Football Championship. Welcome back to May Flanders Field for coverage of the second half of the MTAC Championship. Spencer Thompson, Isaiah Austin on call. Ronnie Perkins had to step aside.
Glad they didn't call that, by the way.
That looks like a potential late hit or hit on the defenseless player.
It was no ill intent at all. Wasn't on his feet yet. No illegal movement, I would say. So glad they didn't call it.
From the start of the third quarter, 24-0, the Colts lead over the Feet. Webb School trying to make it back here in this MTAC championship. First and 10 for Christian Community on the 25-yard line. Rowley hands it off up the middle. Dotterer
And off to number 33, Dotterer.
gets a gain of 1 yard on the play, second down and 9.
Number 2, Onate.
And this game has been completely dominated by CCS so far. So a lot of events happening on the CCS side, but for us, the biggest event of the night,
The Philly cheesesteak.
the Philly cheesesteak, of course. Delicious. I already finished it.
Got a minute. I finished. We had to scarf it down at halftime just so.
It was like a 3-minute Philly cheesesteak.
It took a while, but it was worth the wait. Second down and 9. Rowley fakes the handoff, pass to Brooks Pugh across the middle. Brooks Pugh, open field.
Oh, he's gone.
To the 5-yard line. First and goal, Christian Community.
Yeah, I thought he was gone, but I forgot Shamar Frey was on him. He caught up to him and was able to push him out, but Brooks Pugh has been fantastic this game. 2 interceptions and now a huge gain on the reception over the middle. Burns Jordan Jenkins and gets on the outside.
Down to the 10-yard line for first down and goal. The Colts are looking to put this game away as the clock continues to run.
And essentially, it's going to be very, very difficult for the Webb School to catch up if they can score a touchdown on this and get the 2-point conversion. That brings it to a 4 and potentially 5 touchdown lead. And they're gonna switch it around. They're flipping the play. They saw something in the defense.
Here's Rowley. Scrambles, left side, pass to Dotterer, overthrown, incomplete.
I want to get a replay on that if we can, though, to just show Dotterer's leadership here. Coach trusts him. He's been a quarterback for a long time. We see they step up to the plate. He flips the play to the other side because of something he saw on the defense. And although, Spencer, he didn't complete this pass, he had Dotterer on an island over there inside of the end zone. So that was great vision by the senior quarterback, Nathaniel Rowley. That's national level.
Well, he is going to go to the All-American game in Gatlinburg this January.
Well-deserved as well.
Well-deserved, and he was invited to the Extreme All-Star game this year. Handed off, pushed through by Dotterer. It's a gain, and there's a little scrum at the end between CCS and Webb. There was a fight between Azar and Harper. They were having a little bit of shove-off at the end there on the right side.
I don't know if we caught that or not. Hopefully not. We don't want people at home seeing that.
No one needs to see any fights here.
Yeah. Rowley just conducts himself like a quarterback, though, and he's so fun to watch. He is the I would say the perfect depiction of what a quarterback should be like in 8-man football.
Rowley. Pass in the middle to Brooks Pugh, incomplete.
Pass from Rowley intended for Pugh is incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and goal.
So Pugh unable to get it there, and now it's now 4th down and goal on the 9-yard line. CCS is going to go for it.
Yeah, and a big opportunity for Webb to get a stop here. I just can't believe that Webb's defense has given up this amount of firepower. CCS is playing them better than Middle Tennessee Christian did. The 11-man game.
One game that some people count as a loss on their season.
No.
It's not an actual loss.
No, it was an exhibition game.
4th down and goal on the 9-yard line. Rowley alone in the shotgun. Motion. Rowley looking for the pass, scrambles. Almost brought down by Anane Azar, trying to get him shoved out of bounds. Dives for the pylon.
He missed it by an inch.
Missed by an inch. He was on the outside of the pylon. Webb takes over.
This is actually more interesting than if he would have dropped back to the 10. Now we have an opportunity where Webb, are they going to be able to get out of this end zone? Their running game has been flat all. Oh, look at that block on the outside. Can we get a replay on that real quick?
We were just watching the replay.
It's interesting. Emotions are heating up. And look in the back at Jefferson here with this block. Oh, stood him up.
1st and 10 feet from the 2-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Webb School. Harris muffs the ball. Is it a safety or a touchdown? Safety.
That is probably the worst situation they could have been in.
Results in a safety for the Colts.
And the worst first play back that Webb could have ever imagined. 5th turnover for Avante Harris. Do we count that as a turnover?
Webb 0.
Yes.
A safety?
Christian Community 26.
And there's a turnover and safety. 26-0, the Colts lead over the Feet in the 2018 MTAC Championship game presented by Kingdom.com. Kickoff for Webb. And picked up Brooks Pugh on the return, brought down at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, you don't see Brooks Pugh take the return very often.
Managed to get the return there. 9:18 left in the third. Christian Community has it back after the safety.
Despite that return, Brooks Pugh has arguably been the player of the game so far. 2 picks and nearly 100 yards receiving as well. He's been fantastic tonight.
So if Christian Community wins it, they hold true here and win it. Who's tournament MVP from the Colts?
Nathaniel Rowley. Or no. Oh, that's a
Speaking
fumble.
of Nathaniel Rowley, fumbled in the backfield down at the 14-yard line. I'll get a replay on that one.
And looks like the past few plays, we saw on that 4th down play for the Webb School as that fumble caused there and jumped on by the Colts. You know, Emmanuel Onade and Jefferson of the CCS Colts slinging each other around on this play, yapping at each other once again. That's something to look at, and I'm sure the refs are looking at it as well. We'll watch for it on this play as well. Looks like the guys are going at it.
We're having a lot of strife between them. Reversal, and Jefferson slips a little bit, brought down at the
Look at that.
14-yard line.
By feet number 7.
Again, both of the guys getting involved. This is a very emotional game right now.
Looks like about 3rd down and 25 from the 15-yard line.
But yeah, as you were asking me about the tournament MVP, I mean, I'd be hesitant to give it to anyone except for Dotterer, actually. I say Rowley because I'm a Rowley homer because I picked him for MVP at the beginning of the season. But I mean, although he doesn't get the most yards per carry, he has been their workhorse. Again, he's involved on every play, whether it's a fake or a handoff.
And there's a catch by Jones, flag in the
that's a
backfield.
hold.
Micah Jones across, staying on his feet, down to about the 32-yard line, but we have to check the flag.
Definitely going to get him for the hold.
By number 23, Jenkins. There is a flag on the field.
For the hold, they may bring this back. Waiting for our official to give us the word. Carson Dozier again.
Roughing the passer on the defense. That'll be a 15-yard penalty assessed on the end of the run. 1st down.
That's an interesting question. That's an interesting question about it. So the roughing the passer, why would that be assessed on the end of the run?
Well, I wonder that as well. I think that I think that they have. Okay, so they do add it onto the penalty. Spencer, one interesting stat. The Webb School has never been shut out before, ever, in the history of the school.
They have never been shut out at all. And looking
Hopefully
like
that doesn't keep up tonight, or that doesn't change tonight.
Oh,
there it is. There it
there's
is.
a fight on the right side.
By number 50 is ours.
There's a fight between, and we may have an ejection.
They've been going
here.
at it. They've been going at it for 2 possessions.
We may have an ejection.
You got that replay, right?
Oh yes, we'll get the call from our official first. There might be, because they've been going at it. So it doesn't look like they're going to do anything here. We'll get the call from Carson.
Personal foul, number 2, White. Personal foul, number 32, Blue. Those penalties offset.
So number 2 and 32.
And Coach
penalties.
Murphy's inflamed. And hopefully after this next play, we'll be able to get the replay on that. We'll check out this play real quick.
Well, yeah, we'll watch it after this play here. And
That'll be a replay of the first down, 1st and 10 Colts.
1st and 10 for Christian Community. 7.5 left to go in the third. Left side.
Oh, they're still going
Anade
at
with
it.
the tackle, still a little bit of shove there by Anade.
It's
Late flag.
every single play these guys are going at it.
Back on the field.
This is fun to watch, Spencer.
The amount of brawls going on right now. We'll get the replay on that first one. Just waiting on.
I caught it out of the corner of my eye. I really, really want to see that a couple plays ago.
We'll do the replay here as Carson is giving us his call. It looks like they're going to have more of a discussion here on this, but there is the.
That
there's the
was
shove at the end.
definitely Onade. I don't think Jefferson had anything to do with it on that play.
And here's our call.
Personal foul, number 2, White. Late hit. Half the distance to the goal.
So half the distance to the goal is where they move it.
Then they got to take Onade out. And although these kind of things happen, you have to make sure emotions are cool, especially when it means so much. A championship would mean to both schools.
1st and goal from the 9.
7:15 left to go in the third. Rowley hands it off. Dotterer flag again. 3 plays in a row with the flag, but Dotterer pushing through to the end zone. Touchdown, Christian Community, but let's check the flag.
Well, the flag, they're throwing the flags because they're trying to control this game. There are brawls breaking out everywhere. Once they get it under control, they can go back to letting them play.
But there is a flag.
Get the call from Carson.
Holding, number 32, Blue. That'll be a 10-yard penalty, and we'll replay first down.
Interesting. That's on Jefferson.
Yeah, so
Those two guys have been in the news quite recently.
Yeah, more recently, absolutely. So the touchdown wiped off of the board for Dotterer and moved back to the 21-yard line. 6:50 and winding down here in White House. So first down and goal from the 22. Big distance.
I'd be interested to see when Coach Murphy elects to put Onade back in the ball game. Probably need him to be cool.
The handoff and right side run. That was to Danny Adams taking the ball.
Handoff to CCS number 24.
So second down and goal on the
That'll be 2nd down and
14-yard line.
Yeah, Danny Adams, an 11th grader, a guy that's going to step up next year along with Derek Jefferson. Those guys are going to lead the backfield next year, most likely. I mean, of course, things happen, and CCS is always getting new players, but that's the presumed backfield for next year.
Of course, Danny Adams, one of their reliable kicker, is Pugh across the middle, quick fire toss to
How did he catch
Brooks
that?
Pugh.
How did he secure that ball?
No clue, but rally to Pugh on
Can we get a
great
replay on
connection.
that?
Let me see if
Spencer,
we got
I want to show you how.
Let me see if we got the back end of that.
Hopefully so. Yeah, looks like we got it.
Games replay. There we go.
Look at this catch.
Managed to hold that in as he
That's
was
a
struggling
tough
back
catch.
down.
Sideline warning, Blue, sideline warning, Colts.
Sideline warning on Christian Community for the on that penalty.
I feel like in these championship games we see a heck of a lot of sideline warnings.
Fired up, of course you do.
That is just a warning, so there is no loss of yardage or down. It will be 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line for the Colts. .5:23 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Time winding down in the 3rd quarter. Colts looking to get another score on the board here in this MTAC championship. 3rd down and goal on the 11, and time called.
But a flag.
It's like a timeout.
Timeout, Colts. Timeout. This will be their first charge timeout of the half.
First charge timeout of the half for Christian Community. The 2018 MTAC Championship game presented by Kingdom.com, sponsored by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider. Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way. Tennessee High School Football.com, Estate and Financial Strategies Incorporated, and Ward Marketing and Advertising.
Get you a good Philly cheese.
Third down and goal. Rowley. Pressure. Rowley. Brought down in the backfield.
That'll be a feet sack.
See, and that's something that I think that Rowley and Harris have different. Rowley knows that if there's pressure on him and he can't get the ball off, you have to take that sack and not try to do too much. Rowley takes the sack, and although it backs his team up a long way, they still have possession of the ball, and they can still get the ball moving and push it back even further on 4th down.
4.5, winding down. So 4th down and goal. They do have the chains out there. Looks like about the 13.
I think they're just hanging out.
Yeah, I guess they are, because that doesn't look like 10 yards to me.
Yeah, and if you're Webb, you have to get a stop here and get productive on the next drive, or this game is essentially over.
Another
Reverse again.
reversal.
They're going to try it again.
This is another time they've done it, but Rowley gets stuffed at the 35.
Onade redeeming himself from a couple of scraps.
Webb trying to get their guys hyped up to potentially make it back in this ball game.
And that's what you need. That's what they lacked throughout the most of the first half. We see the reversal play did not work at all this time. Back-to-back reversal plays not working for Christian Community School. You know, I'm sure you could agree with me in saying that they probably should stick to their roots, what they've been doing all game.
Only 26 points on the board for Christian Community. Not the least amount of points they've been held to this season, but Webb trying to make a comeback. Deep toss, right side. Intercepted! Derek Jefferson with the interception.
And I don't know if he'll get stopped. He's so quick.
And he's reversing to the other side. Stopped at the 35.
Look at that. What a sight. Did you see what just happened?
He's right there.
Look who just helped him up.
It's the man he's been fighting with all game.
Exactly. You love to see that. But away from that, another great pick. That's 4 interceptions for Harris. At what point do you put Coop in? It's a valid question.
And
it looks like we got Jefferson down. That's a big deal.
Jefferson down after that play.
That could cause some trouble.
So return on the play, first down and 10 with the interception on the 35-yard line. Colts have it back just like that.
At what point do you elect a medium or short passes instead of these deep balls?
Dotterer pushing through, 7-yard gain. Make that 8.
At some point, you have to decide that the game plan has to be short passes and go quick. You can't be lobbing it up into double coverage like this because they know your game as well as you do.
2nd down and 4. Rowley calling the audible. Rowley, Dotterer again, short.
Hand off to number 33.
3rd down and 1.
By number 15 Azar.
Yeah, and it looks like they are going to mark them short.
They will be short 1 yard in the first
I wouldn't be
down.
surprised if they put a big boy in the backfield.
1 for the Colts. Ball is spotted at the feet.
And I guess Daughter is considered a big boy. He is a force at their running back position. He gives them a little bit of everything. And yeah, they're going to have Daughter back there. Probably hand it to him, going right like a power sweep.
3rd down. And flags thrown. It's like a false start.
This could be
Offside.
interesting.
Ball, false start on the Colts. Replay. 3rd down.
False start, moves it back.
And the Webb School getting a lot of opportunities to get stops and be able to score, but just not looking like the team we've seen all season. This is the one game that they cannot afford to not show up in.
Especially this late in the game, potentially a comeback set in the 3rd quarter.
It's possible. Anything's possible. But is it
not.
likely? Not if they can't get this stop.
3rd down and 6. Rowley is open in the middle. Down at the 37-yard line, 4th down and 2.
I wouldn't be surprised if they elect to pin him deep. Not at all. Oh, no. Spencer, I should have known. I should have known. I should have known. See, everybody makes mistakes. Adams is getting this ball. Oh, and Adams is out. I wonder what they're going to do.
They were trying to scare the team potentially a little bit on that one.
Say Adams comes in and everybody just starts quivering. Oh, okay. It looks like they're going to do the triple option.
Looks like the formation for the triple option again.
They go deep.
Dotterer, and it's a quarterback sneak.
Oh, he's
short.
He is short.
He is short, and Webb has it.
He was stuffed. Was that Azar?
Stopped by feet number 50.
He is definitely short on this.
Turnover on downs to the feet.
Let's see who stuffed him. I think it's Azar. Azar is just tripping over himself, but yep, that's Azar. Big play by Azar. X factor for this team.
Turnover on downs, 1st and 10 for Webb on the 36-yard line, trying to get a momentum.
And look, it's Coop. Coop's in. Weston Coop in at quarterback.
Weston Coop is in, other than not Avante Harris.
Interesting that they make this change. But you got to do what you got to do in the championship.
It's a handoff, Shamar Frey, right side. Shamar Frey slips at the 32-yard line.
And that's the offense they should have been running the whole game. Outside runs and medium passes, not these deep passes into double coverage and run up the middle with small backs.
Colts, 31-yard line.
So Webb trying to make a late comeback here in White House.
It's going to be interesting to see Coop. Coop has been strong whenever he's gotten into games.
1st and 10 on the 31. There's Weston Coop. High snap, looking for the pass, right side, catch made. Still on his feet, Jordan Jenkins.
Coop looks composed right now. Coop looks like he's ready to play. 2 big plays for the Webb School. They got time. They got time. It's just about executing every time they touch that ball. And we see Jordan Jenkins hasn't been involved much in this game, but able to get the ball and get a huge gain for the Webb School. They're knocking on the door.
Webb trying to make it so that they are not shut out at any point in their team's history. 15 seconds and winding down in the 3rd. Coop, motion for Frey. Takes a handoff to Shamar Frey. It's up the middle.
Oh, I don't like that play. I don't like it. I don't like that run up the middle. It's not worked all game.
Elijah Fouch
They're
unable to get anything.
They're going to have to mix something up because that run up the middle is not working. It doesn't matter who they put in there. They can put in their small backs, or they can go ahead and put in Onade. That inside run is not going to work against this front line for the Colts. They have to run outside, and they have to dump it short.
End of the third quarter, 26-0 the score. The Colts 12 minutes away from giving Jordan Flanders his first MTAC championship as a coach. The Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week brought to you by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider. Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way. TennesseeHighSchoolFootball.com. Estate and Financial Strategies Incorporated, and Ward Marketing and Advertising.
Corral, get yourself some
12 minutes left in this 2018 MTAC Football Championship.
21-yard line.
Spencer Thompson, Isaiah Austin on call. 21-yard line in Colts territory is where the Webb School finds themselves, down by 26. Coop in the backfield, toss across the middle, incomplete, intended for Shamar Fred.
Oh, he should have caught that. Coop should be 2 for 2 right now. But Coop looks composed back there in the pocket. And again, we've seen with both quarterbacks. They've been strong all season despite only being freshmen. They've been able to go in there and contribute early. Avante Harris coming in as the starting quarterback and having a very strong QBR at 114. He has been very composed, and when Coop has come in, he's looked ready to play as well. So we could have a classic, 1-2 punch here for years to come. This is only the beginning of these guys.
Third down and 9.
Both sides make a little noise,
Coop.
fans, for those boys.
Lone in the backfield. Flag or timeouts. It's time called.
Looks like Coach Meek was waving. It looks like a timeout for the Christian Community School Colts.
Looks like the Colts are going to call time here.
Timeout. White. It's their first charge timeout.
Timeout called. 5 seconds taken off the clock.
Come here, let me see something.
Hear that from the
I'm
ref.
on my way down, buddy.
It's fantastic.
Keep them buttons off.
It's just
Say something.
it's a mic dog.
Some.
No.
It's plugged
It's
in.
plugged in.
It worked earlier. I don't know what's wrong. It's second mic I put in.
Yeah, she's-
That's the only bad part about that.
Let me see if it still has it on. Whistle there, 11:55 left to go.
Interesting that Coach Meek elects to call a timeout 6 seconds into the quarter.
Coop scrambling. He's under pressure by Adams. Right side. He's got open field. Weston Coop to the 5-yard line.
Oh, and they're going to call a hold on this offensive line. Penalties just killing this offensive line all season long.
See if we get a call from referee.
Holding. Number 52, White. That'll be a 10-yard penalty. Repeat, third down.
So a big chance for Webb taking off the board, and we can't say it enough. Penalties are what kill them.
Yeah, and that's what's happened this whole season. Now they are completely out of practical scoring range, especially with a freshman quarterback that hasn't done a lot of run yet. This is going to be this offensive line's penalties have really put this Webb offense in a very tough situation. You can block and dominate all day, but if you can't stay out of foul trouble, you're going to be stuck like they are now.
Third down.
Coop, man to his right. Third down and just over 20. Coop scrambles. Adams with the rush. Quick pitch out. Not enough.
Oh, he got nailed.
Moore trying to get the catch. nailed at the 38-yard line.
I don't like the play call yet again. You see Shamar Frey and Jordan Jenkins. They're running that go route, but they're jogging it. They know the ball's not going to them, and they're not selling out the defenders at all. You have to go full speed on that outside and give your quarterback an option, especially if that flat route isn't open.
4th down and long, what is one of many crucial plays that will extremely impact the result of, will extremely impact the rest of the game.
And I don't want to speak too soon, but this could be game here.
Webb on 4th down, the 38-yard line. Hoop. Got to find something here. Deep toss left side, intended for Jenkins. Incomplete.
And they should have called that for pass interference, I think. I could be wrong. Oh, we got a flag in the backfield.
Decline.
Flags in the backfield. And he's still got his mic on. And
Holding. White. Penalty is declined. The ball will go over on downs.
so it is a turnover on downs.
These penalties are just unbelievable.
Thank you.
Again, the ref still have his mic on. Got it off there. Sweet.
I mean, it is frustrating, of course. You want to see a good game, especially in the championship. And these penalties just absolutely derailing this Webb School football team. They're really having a lot of issues. And you could say if CCS scores here, it's created a practically insurmountable lead that will likely be untouched.
Rowley, right side, Micah Jones. Catch, loose. Micah Jones, left side. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
Run out of bounds by number 23, Jenkins. That is a first down, Colts.
And we can get the replay on that. Yeah, we got it. Pass to the outside to Micah Jones. Micah Jones is a very strong athlete for this Christian Community School Colts team. Gets about 25 yards on the play and gets them the first down. They're knocking on the door, and for the Webb School, they're scratching and clawing at their last seconds on a lot of these senior seasons. And if they don't act fast, this game could go away in a hurry. Any opportunity of a comeback.
1st and 10. Dotterer, middle. 15-yard line, 2nd down and 2.
Dotterer has been so predictable tonight. Predictable in a good way. You know exactly what you're going to get from him. You'll get anywhere between 3 and 8 yards. And on a 4-down game where you're going for it and you're taking risks, 3 to 8 yards is all you need on any given play, especially when you have the lead. He is a winning team's best player. A team that wins games, you give him the ball and he can finish for you. He's getting the ball again, and once again.
Jefferson, 1st down.
Yeah, this 1-2 punch, and Jefferson, all he needed was 3 yards, but pushed through, got the first down. Again, this game is not going to look glamorous on the stat sheet.
There's I believe Azar completely mad, his helmet taken off. He is extremely mad. He thought there was a horse collar. Webb heading off of the field.
This is frustrating for anybody in this situation.
Just completely frustrated, of course.
This is so frustrating, especially for seniors. I mean, these guys haven't lost since last year.
And
well, not counting the exhibition game.
Right. Yeah, Azar, a senior in his last game. He's heading off with his helmet taken off. 1st down and 10.
Yeah, I would be very surprised if he's not extremely frustrated right now.
Just over 8 minutes left to go in this MTAC championship. The Colts on the 14. Rowley hands it off. Adams up the middle.
Hand off to number 95, Adams.
2nd down and 9.
Yeah, Adams getting stopped for the first time this game. Maybe they can figure out how to stop him. The next is trying to figure out how to stop Dotterer and Jefferson. It's just because this team has so many threats. It's just so hard. Once you shut down one asset that they have, another one arises. It's just they have so many tricks up their sleeve.
2nd down and 10. Rowley fakes the handoff to Adams. Left side.
Oh, he picked it.
Did he intercept it? It is a touchback. Webb gets it.
That's just what they needed. But they got to score quick. And when I say quick, I mean quick. Nathaniel Rowley drops back. He had a man, but the defender just jumped the route and was able to get the pick. It's a risky play for the defender, but he had to make it, jumping the route. If he would have missed that, it probably would have been a touchdown, but he went for it and corralled the ball, and a perfect interception by the defense.
That was Henry Moore. Henry Moore on the interception. 7:23, and it may be too late for this Webb offense, but we'll see how it goes. Looks like a timeout call.
Timeout. White should be in charge. Timeout.
7:23 left to go in the MTAC championship. Christian Community leads it 26-0.
He said she popped in for a little bit.
Here we go. Right side, catch Shamar Frey to the 20, pushing through to the 29-yard line, Shamar Frey.
Gain of 9 yards on the play will bring up 2nd and 1 for the Feet. The ball is spotted on their own 24-yard line.
Clock running down.
They're running hurry up.
2nd and 2, it's what you have to do in this situation. Left side, incomplete
Oh, he
pass.
should have caught that.
Pass intended for number 7.
Maybe a blessing in disguise for him because that stops the clock for him. Maybe a little bit of blessing in disguise. It would have run down more with him catching that in the middle. 3rd down and 2. Third down and 2. Left side, Jenkins slips.
I don't know about that play. You're throwing a screen pass behind the line of scrimmage. You need to run it run it to the outside on that play. You need to run it in, stack it on one side, and push your fastest guy to the outside and try to outrun some defenders. You need to. I feel like I've been saying this the whole fourth quarter, but you cannot let this opportunity slip through your hands. You have to seize the moment right now.
4th down. Another huge play for this Webb offense. Ball low snapped, scramble, pressure by Adams. He's brought down for a sack.
And I think that'll do it. You never know, Spencer, but this thing is practically a hammer nail coffin.
You never know in A-man football, but at least on that one, it may be the nail.
Yeah, they found Coop in the backfield. Don't know. Both quarterbacks have struggled, but I don't know if the quarterbacks are to blame for this and just the penalties and the lack of production from these receivers that we're so used to seeing. And the Webb School is 5 minutes and 55 seconds away from being shut out for the first time in school history.
Here's Dotterer, runs it up the middle, and ball loose. Flag thrown. And Dotterer having a little bit of a scramble there. Looks like Dozer is going to give us the call, trying to sort that out. There's a Webb player down on the ground.
We get a replay on that so we can see exactly what happened.
I don't think I got that one. It was too late on that.
No worries.
And there's medical staff immediately on the field and flags going everywhere. Immediate flag. We'll get They're having an officials discussion right now to sort this all out. There's a Webb player down on the field. It's always unfortunate. Brandon Azar in his senior year is down on the field. Isaiah, they can't hear us on broadcast. Let's see. All right, and
Personal foul, face mask on White, unsportsmanlike on Blue. That'll be half the distance on White and 15 yards this way on Blue.
so penalties on both sides of the ball.
That's not what he said. That's not.
And a little bit of a discussion there with Coach Murphy on the sideline. The referee's having a little bit of a discussion there, but they do move it back, and officials having a discussion on the sideline.
As weird as this sounds, you know, if CCS can end up pulling this one out, this will be Coach Flanders' first state championship.
Yes, he is 0-2 in MTAC championships. He's won several national championships with them, but has
again,
not quite gotten.
I don't think he's cursed. Okay, I don't
No,
think he's cursed.
Especially
I think that
with now, he's not cursed.
No, he's run into two very, very strong teams with at his time.
Speaking of which, let's give a shout out Coach Flanders as they're sorting this out on the sideline. Coach
Once again, left my glasses at home. So just give me a second.
Again, 36.
There we go, right there in the middle.
36-9 on his overall record, and 9-0 this year in a semi-win. And again, 0-2 in MTAC championships. Lost in 2015 and 2017. And looking to get his first MTAC championship here tonight. Clock winding down, first down. Here's Jefferson, left side. Flags throwing again. And down short of the first down marker, but we'll get the call in just a moment.
Flags flying everywhere.
Handoff to number 32, Jefferson.
A lot of yapping out there.
Flags on the field.
Yeah, a lot of unsportsmanlike occurring here on the field. We'll get the call from Carson as again they're having officials conference here to try and sort this out. Trying to make sure they get the right call, but this is you're right. This is getting out of hand at this point.
I think at some point you have to say your seniors, say, look, you have to compose yourself and get out of here, or I'm going to pull you and put the young underclassmen in that want to play and have been working hard all season.
Get the call.
Personal foul, blindside block, Blue. Personal foul, late hit, White.
So
The officials,
offsetting penalties.
as crazy as this sounds, a penalty on almost every play. I'm sure you could agree with me on this. The refs are calling a fair game. They are calling exactly what everybody sees.
I'm sure Ronnie would even be saying that if he were here in the booth right now. He had to step aside for the rest of the game. But
It is the case. There was a blindside block, and there was what appeared to be a little bit of a scuffle at the end of it. That's what we've seen throughout the game. The refs have to call it tight in order to take control of this game, or it's going to get out of hand to a level we haven't seen yet. The ref's job is to keep the game under wraps and keep the players playing within the rules, and right now those rules are being broken. So in order for us to get to a fair and honest game, it's important for the refs to step in and take care of the players' emotions as best as they can.
You know, we talked about how, we don't think Flanders is cursed, of course, but you look at the other coaching members he has. We talked about Tommy Thornton, and Ben Pugh has been in 3 of the last 5 MTAC championships. He was 1-1 with FCA as their offensive coordinator. He was there in 2014 when they lost to Lighthouse, and then 2015 when they won against Christian Community. And, of course, Daniel Meek, the Hendersonville head coach for 2 years, has moved to the position coach Christian Community, and it has benefited them very well. Second down and long.
Yeah, I really like the new additions, and one of my favorite additions is Coach Meek. You know that. I'm very, very fond of Coach Meek. He's a very, very respectable guy, easy to get along with. As I said before, he's very, very enjoyable to me and my teammates. I've had some great conversations with him, and a great all-around guy and football mind.
Just any of the coaches on both sides of the ball, they're all really great to talk to. As Jefferson outside! Does he get in? Just short.
Short of the touchdown.
Managed to get to the outside on that one.
And, again, that was a really, really hard hit on the outside. We didn't get it completely, but it really shows you. It looks like the guys out there right now are able to stay composed. The coaches did a good job because that was a hard hit. I think probably 5 plays earlier we could have seen a little bit of a scuffle break out.
We've been seeing scuffles break out throughout the entirety of this ball game.
And Azar back in the ball game.
Azar has come back. They're being shaken up. Christian Community 1st and goal on the 2-yard line. And it off. Jefferson staying on his feet. Finally brought down by Frey. Stop for forward progress.
Frey needs to go ahead and just take him to the ground. There is just too many instances this season where he hasn't wrapped up. Imagine if the ref wouldn't have blown that whistle and the strong Jefferson would have broken free. He might have been in for 6.
2nd down and goal from the 10-yard line. Give a shot at Coach Murphy. He's the guy, that guy over there on sideline, Coach Murphy. It's the guy in the beanie.
Which one is he? Okay, so.
There you are. Coach Jeff Murphy, again, his first season as head coach. He's 8-0 on the season. 8-0 in his
This
first
will be his
appearance.
first loss
It'll
as
be
a head
his
coach.
First loss as a head coach, and he is 0-1 in MTAC.
Sideline warning, white. Sideline warning,
So
white.
Sideline warning on Webb.
Sideline warning on Webb.
So they, both sides have had sideline warnings, just emotions going high for both Webb and Christian Community.
And it's important to lose with dignity here. You have to get this stop, and you want to have possession of the ball when you finish out your career.
And
very important.
Rowley waiting to snap it. They're just running down the clock. Rowley, ball loose, and Webb falls on it. Believe they ruled it into Webb's possession.
And
Recovered by Webb.
And we see here, Rowley hands it off, but we see the fumble. The ball just pops out, and now Webb's going to have an opportunity to get a score on the board. 2:10 left remaining. They don't want to break the huge streak from the conception of their football program that they have not been held scoreless ever.
And
the championship shouldn't be a change to that.
False start.
Dead ball, encroachment on blue, 5-yard penalties, replay 1st down.
So encroachment and moved up 5 yards. 1st down and 5. And Coop
He's going to roll out.
rolls out, pressured, brought down.
I think he had plenty of time to get that ball off, but he's just not experienced against a defense of this stature.
Time winding down, and Christian Community, you're right about Flanders not being cursed, as he has been able to make it back to the MTAC championship, and with the final under 120 seconds, yeah, Flanders is going to have his first MTAC championship as a head coach.
So on the show on Sunday, when we had Flanders and Murphy in studio, you know what I said was the reason what CCS would need to do to win this game is tempo, and I feel like they've controlled tempo the entire game, and that's one of the main reasons they're going to be pulling this one out tonight. Great effort and great chess match by the CCS Colts.
So here's a scramble flag thrown. And more flags again.
Off to number 10, Elijah Fouch.
And get another penalty call here.
Tackle by number 95, Adams.
Just waiting for the call. 1:11 left in regulation.
Holding. And penalty is declined. Play, third down.
Third down, 1:11 left.
It is 3rd and 12 for the Feet as the ball remains on the 8-yard
Clock
line.
continues to run, third down and 13.
5 seconds to go in the game.
60 seconds left and counting. Webb on third down at the 12-yard line. The game concluding. Last place for the seniors, Jordan Jenkins, left side.
Yeah,
stays in
that's going to
bounds.
be nothing. That's nothing.
And they continue to wind the clock. Fourth down.
I say take one more shot, and that's it. This is your last shot.
We've had a hard-fought game out there. Don't know how
30 seconds left.
No touchdowns in the second half. Only a
Spencer,
safety
could you
by
have imagined that we were going to see this tonight?
Of course not.
No touchdowns in the second half.
I would have imagined CCS would have gotten it, but I could not have imagined the result of this game.
I couldn't have been more
It's the
wrong.
same thing as last year with the MTAC championship. We didn't think it was going to be so close with South Haven and Christian Community, but
Yeah,
South Haven
exactly.
managing to pull it out. And Webb is going to get this last play on here for their seniors. The clock has expired, and for the first time in Jordan Flanders' career, he has gotten a trophy. The Christian Community Colts are MTAC champions.
And that is the ball game, folks.
We are headed down to the field for the prize presentations. Congratulations on behalf of 8-Man Extreme, the 2018 MTAC football champions. The Christian Community Colts are kings of the 8-man football world. We're going to head down to the field for the prize presentations. Thank you for watching the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week, the 2018 MTAC Championship. Sponsored by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider, Grace Point Healthcare, Modern Medicine the old-fashioned way, Tennessee, HighSchoolFootball.com, Estate and Financial Strategies Incorporated, and Ward Marketing and Advertising. We are headed down to the field for the prize presentations.
Gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending the MTAC championship game. MTAC President Tim Pettit, League Administrator Jenna Jones here for presenting all the awards. First, we want to honor the regular season all-conference team for their performance this season. These student athletes were nominated by their home school and voted on by the coaches of member schools. The Middle Tennessee Athletic Conference would like to congratulate these student athletes for their high level of competition and sportsmanship. From Christian Community School, Jackson Dotterer and Nathaniel Rowley. From the Webb School, Shamar Frey and Kai Harris. And for the teams not playing tonight's game who received the award, Matthew Bowden from Lancaster Christian, Jalen Brown from Sacred Heart, John Buchanan Jr. from Franklin Christian, Preston Sloan from the Tennessee Heat, John Stock of Bowling Green Christian, and John Trahan from Riverside Christian. At this time, we would like to recognize those players from each team tonight for their exceptional tournament game performance. The All-Tournament Team Award from the Webb School is Joshua Goko. Brandon Azar. And Shamar Frey. And the All-Tournament Team Awards for Christian Community School, Nathaniel Rowley. Derek Jefferson. And Chandler Adams. And your 2018 tournament MVP, Jackson Dotterer from Christian Community School. The 2018 Middle Tennessee Athletic Conference Varsity Football Second Place Trophy goes to the Webb School Feet. And now, for the first time in many years, the champions of the Middle Tennessee Athletic Conference, the Christian Community Colts. Let's get to a word from your tournament MVP, Jackson Dotterer. How good do you feel your senior year to bring home a championship to CCS?
Amazing. I thank God every day for the ability to be with this team, and I'm just ready for next season.
Congratulations. And now Coach Jordan Flanders. Well, your third MTAC championship appearance, 0-2. You are now an MTAC champion as a head coach. How good does it feel for you and your organization?
Well, it adds to clout that third time's a charm. But just, I'm proud of our players. This has been a couple years in the making, our seniors establishing our culture. And they just kept battling. We knew we played a really good Webb team. There's a lot of bounces we happened to get there, but I'm just really proud of our guys and where we're at. This has been a few years in the making for them.
Well, congratulations. The drought is over. Your Christian Community Colts MTAC champions. Back to James and Isaiah in the studio.
Your final score, 26-0. The trophy being hoisted, the MVP, Jackson Dotterer, taking his plaque. And the Christian Community Colts have ended their drought. They are now MTAC champions. We bring you inside the broadcast booth. Spencer Thompson, Isaiah Austin getting a good camera shot there. Good shot of the players there. And Isaiah, this has to mean so much more for Christian Community from all the years of making it to the playoffs, losing in there, only 1 year where they didn't get into the playoffs by losses. This has to be even more impactful for Christian Community for all they've gone through, especially from last year.
Yeah, and, you know, a national championship is one thing, but it's another thing being state champions, champions of your region, champions of the people you face every year, champions of your rivals, champions of your friends, your foes, everything. They are champion of all those things now, not just national, but regional, but national. Or excuse me, but statewide. These guys can call themselves state champions now for the first time in years.
They get the first time in many years. They got their MTAC championships back 2008 in the first year of MTAC, and I believe was it 2012? I'm pretty sure, because wasn't it 9, 10, 11 was when FCS had that 3-year run?
Yes, sir.
So 2012, a 6-year drought has ended, and Christian Community holds the record for most MTAC championships to a franchise, tied with Franklin Classical School, looking to build off of that even more. And as for the Webb School, for them to go undefeated from what happened to them last year in the semis, to make it back to the championship, for them to only take one loss under their new coach, Jeff Murphy, the only direction is up for the Webb School Feet.
Yeah, truly, and I don't know what they're going to do next year or what the plan is moving forward, but Murphy with a great first season, going 8-1, that's something you don't see very often. Undefeated in the regular season, never done before, and I'm like that. He's set. Not only did he go undefeated in the regular season for the first time for a first-year coach, but he's also a first-year coach. He made it to the championship with no losses. I mean, that is a feat, and no pun intended. I really did not intend to make a pun, but as you said, only up from here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap it up here from White House. The 2018 MTAC champions are the Christian Community Colts, 26-0. On behalf of Isaiah Austin and James Shannon, all the hardworking men and women that make 8-Man Extreme so successful, thank you so much to the Peak 100 of you for tuning in to tonight's championship broadcast. Of course, Extreme Radio tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will recap the championship, get ready for All-Star Weekend, and next week we're calling the All-Star Game, and we're calling the national title game for 8-Man football, which, as far as we have heard, it will be Christian Community and I believe is it Evangel Christian.
Yes, and
will
that
be
will
facing
be a fantastic game. The champions of Alabama and the champions of Tennessee facing off in an 8-man showdown.
They will be colliding next weekend, and we'll have a chance to see them out there in Dayton. Since they'll be instead of at Panama City Beach, it will be hosted at Fort Bluff Camp due to the hurricane relief efforts down in Panama City. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. The Colts have won their 3rd title in 8-man football. Again, on behalf of Isaiah Austin, James Shannon, everybody who makes 8-Man Extreme successful, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow for Extreme Radio.
See ya.